Hi everyone, welcome back to True Alchemy. So today's reading is going to be about your person. What is their message to you in the moment right now? This is a timeless reading, so whenever you find it, we have three piles from the left to right. The first pile is the card of vision along with the stone of Prehnite. The second pile is the card of maiden along with the stone of Phosphosiderite. And the third pile is the card of orphan along with the stone of yellow agate. Pause if you need a little longer, pick the one which calls your name the most. Now I'm going to begin with pile number 1. Hello pile number 1, if you chose the Prehnite palm stone, this is going to be your reading. So the vision is a card. If you want to take a closer look. So we have a card which talks about something being revealed, somebody feeling like it's about their destiny, how things are supposed to pan out in their life. I feel like this person would want to let you know that there is a dream that they are holding inside their heart when it comes to you, regardless of how things seem on the surface level, is what I'm hearing. Regardless of how they're behaving, or it feels like maybe you have some distance between the both of you, or even if not, like they're wanting to let you know that they have a dream, they have a strong feelings for you. It's like they know that this is going to require work because of how they feel about themselves mainly, but they don't want to rush in either. They don't want to be impulsive. I just heard charcuterie board. I think that what that symbolizes is somebody who wants to offer the world to you. This person could also have other male or female suitors around. It's almost like they're making you believe that this person's ego is really acting up right now. Because I'm getting multiple thoughts about, like, it's like there's so many illusions in this connection, and they come from your past and your background with what life has been. Virgo, integrity, reverence, and service. So this is about, I feel like, how they look at life, what is their vision, what is their way of being that hinders your connection a lot. Like their projections, their pain, their defenses, and I feel like it's on both ends that affects the both of you so much. But it's like I'm hearing final call. It's like something is about to change, or it's meant to change over here. We have take off your mask in reverse. So this can be probably, like this person, I told you there's a heavy play of ego, which just doesn't allow this person to be who they want to be around you. Because if take off your mask wasn't upright with the Virgo, I would have told you that, this person is opening up. But because of the way my channeling is getting interfered, like, it's like maybe there's, warfare. And warfare is a very common thing, in my opinion, because when there is a breakthrough that is about to happen, the enemy knows where to attack so that it hurts, so that it doesn't allow you, to the gateway of your blessings, So that twice. But considering the Virgo is over here, the perfectionist card, and take off your mask in reverse, this person struggles with vulnerability and intimacy because of their fear of rejection. Like, what if you see their impurities, is what I'm hearing. Like, basically, I'm getting the reference of acne. It's almost like Virgo is very strong with sixth house. So sixth house is about your daily routines. And if this person is like, what if they figure out like who I really am, what I do day to day basis, like they don't feel like you would accept them, how they really are as a person, and that's one of their fears. And I feel like that's not exactly your problem, pile number one. It's honestly their problem. It's their burden to carry about whether they give themselves the benefit of the doubt to actually give you benefit of the doubt. Like, are they gonna open up? I think what they want to let you know is that it's me. It's like you can't really do anything about the fact that I'm clinging on to my identity so strongly. You can't really do anything about that, can you? You can't force me. I'm not a child. So, it's like a wound of rejection that is not allowing. Neptune in reverse. Dream and transcend. They don't believe in themselves to make this happen. They have this vision. That's what I'm telling you. It's like they feel like you're a part of their destiny. They aim towards you. You make them feel alive, is what I'm hearing. But they're not brave enough to dream that this is exactly for them. That is what I'm picking up. They don't feel strong enough to believe that this is just for them. And there's some sort of like smoothing out, or ego sublimation, because I'm seeing like somebody using a sandpaper. Like there's some sort of purification process happening while they are looking at themselves as like somebody that's super ugly. That's what I'm picking up, as somebody that's like ugly inside. Like the way they see themselves, like they don't have self-respect. They don't cherish themselves the way you try to cherish them. They're not that person that you think they are. Or at least to the extent that you think they are. I'm not saying that they're a bad person, but the way you see them is very different from the way they see themselves, and that is the whole crux of the situation over here. Why it's so difficult for them to come forward and make this happen for themselves. Does that make sense? This person's psychic energy, their psychic abilities are like strengthening because there's ego sublimation happening. And whenever you do work on your trauma, it connects you more with who you are, and naturally your intuition starts becoming stronger. So we have higher will in reverse. There is blocked energy. This person, they can't see that there's divine timing involved. They're taking this all on their self-worth. Why things are not working out between the both of you. There must be something wrong with me. Why I can't make things happen. That's what I'm picking up over here. It's like it must be me, there's something wrong in me, and that might be mirrored back in you as well. I think that they're not able to see how far they have come in life. I think that it's very camouflaged with the person that they used to be. And I think that they don't even know that there are a lot of influences or people in their life that they shouldn't have around now, because they don't match the person that they have become. And there's like, there's like a lot of fear on this person's end. I think that they are sneaky in the terms of, like, I don't think that they're doing anything with anyone else. Because I picked up on the energy of them having suitors, and I think that I was not able to understand at first like what are this person's intentions towards you, but I feel like it's more about like how they feel about themselves. So, maybe they do tend to succumb to people, or they talk or keep people around that boost their ego, that that glorify them where they can't, and it's just a part of them that needs that validation because they are not healed enough. So, if they're keeping opposite gender around, or it's almost like if it's not completely platonic, they will keep people around that like them because it makes them feel wanted. And I think that you don't do that, because these people chase your person. So they're not really going to do anything with them. They're not doing anything behind your back, but they will keep them around because, they want to be validated. So this message is quite specific. I don't want to trigger you. And if you do get triggered, then there's a little queue in front of you. Like, you have to investigate that. But I feel like if there was a question in your head, like, why is this person doing whatsoever, I think that this answered somebody's question. Um, Nevertheless, I think that this person really needs to see what it's like. They're not conscious about it, pile number one. So there's a lot of things that we are also not conscious about that we do. And right now it's very difficult for your person to just gain acceptance. It's like they're looking for ways through which they can prove you wrong in their life, like prove you wrong in the sense, like make themselves feel, it's like there's belief in their head, like people hurt me and people will hurt me and I will get betrayed in this partnership or whatever it is, this spiritual connection. And I want pile number one to mess things up, so that it's just like they're looking for cues for you to do something, be aggressive, or do something which just showcasts what their belief is. Like the brain looks for, things that prove itself to be right. Their beliefs, like your brain wants you to prove itself right. Like the beliefs want to be verified, basically they want to be validated. So I feel like this person often goes like, this on and off energy, because they often go around like, okay, I am unworthy, so I know that this person won't 100% treat me right, or they're not gonna give me the love that I deserve, or it's just like because I am unworthy, there's something wrong in me. So it's not completely visible to them. That's why I'm saying they're not conscious about it, because it's not that they are not lovable, it's just that why they're thinking about these things is because of the hidden seed or subconscious belief that I am unworthy. So they're quite bound to think these things, like pile number one won't be able to accept me, and there's like a lot of suspicion on their end. Like they are quite wary of you being around. They're quite vigilant about it, like what you're doing, keeping tabs on your social media. It's not in a sneaky manner where it's like, they're just purposely trying to do it. It's like this is just the way that they have become, trying to protect themselves. And you can either, take it the in a more compassionate manner, you can take it in the wrong manner and just be like, no, they're a pathetic person. I honestly don't know what they have done. I'm not playing teams over here, but I feel like I just felt like mentioning that. So whatever it is. Self-sabotage. This is an energy which doesn't know how to settle in this person. I feel like this person is somewhat aware about their own behavior, somewhat not okay with the choices they have also made in the past. Somewhat defeated is what I'm hearing. Somewhat, it's like they minimize, the way they look at themselves. Okay, I'll give you an example. So maybe, this person used to be like obese in their childhood, and they have reduced weight and everything, but because of how they used to be, or like other people's opinions and insecurities and whatever it is, because of their trauma, they've developed some serious body image issues, or even to the extent of having body dysmorphia. So when they started, hitting the gym and everything, they started working on their body, they started feeling like, they're reducing weight and everything, and they're becoming more confident. But also on the, because life is duality, and I think that this person developed more body dysmorphia because they just kept on thinking that the problem is outside, it's not inside. So I think that the more that this person works upon, their money or their craft or their relationship and, things, they try to fix things on the outside, like getting a larger home is what I'm hearing, or better car, or better clothes, or better people around. But the thing is, like, how they feel about themselves, or the core wound of it, like they do work. I think this person does do, healing work and affirmations and things like that. I see that. But it's like they're not aware right now about what is really hindering them to the depths of it. And I think that they often think about, I don't know if this person, it's just like they think about the way their life is going to pan out, or where they want to take it. And I think that the only good thing that is present over here is the fact that they think about wanting to end up with you. It's just like they just have this one key player in their life that they want to be with and they want to end up with, but all the other factors that are there, it's not like they're not taking that in consideration. Like, that's their message to you, like, I am a little blindsided to what I need to do. And I feel like it's almost like you also need to realize that this is their divine timing. This is like they're learning other things. It's like, the universe is way too intelligent for us to even comprehend what is happening and how it's playing out. So to trust, and I think that things don't play out the way we want them to, or they play out in a better manner. So this is somewhere where you're mirroring each other. You're not understanding why this situation is playing out the way it is, but I feel like this situation is also showing you the way you cope up in life with stress, and probably vice versa, like how they also deal with stress. And I think that this is, before the solutions come, this is the questions to arise. Like, this is for you to question, like, why do I feel the way I do? Like, before the answer is given to you, certain traits within yourself and certain bad habits, perhaps the ways that you have adopted to cope up with life, they want to show up, they want to show up, they want to make themselves known. So it could be for the both of you over here. See, we do have inner child, third house, like how we have understood things, like if it's about their relationship with money, if it's about the relationship with their parents, it's about the way they relate with love, all sorts of these things really want to highlight themselves and show themselves, and like kind of like talk to you about them. I was about to say like talk to them about it, but maybe it's about like you as well. So however things are playing out right now, it's just like this person, their higher self, I did pick up on this analogy, it's like They're wanting to let you know, like, we are playing out things in such a manner, things are playing out in such a manner so that you can really see what is like deep inside your subconscious psyche, so that you can completely eradicate it from the root, rather than doing the work. Yes, you do the work, but this is a little bit where you need to be, it's a little bit tedious, it needs to be given a little bit more attention, care, and support at this point, living in the duality of life, right? I'm gonna pull out a few cards to see how the 3D self really feels about you right now. What is their, message to you? Page of Wands. Ace of Cups. The Star in reverse, Aquarius. The Seven of Pentacles upright. Page of Pentacles reversed. Knight of Cups. High Priestess, Pisces, we have Five of Wands and the Queen of Swords and the Empress. So this person is learning how to love themselves better. I think that what is hindering their ability to see or completely accept this connection for themselves is because of their commitment issues, which stem from their childhood. We have the third house over here, the strong Piscean energy, which is the subconscious energy, right? It is in the place of the subconscious card, and the root cause of it is because of their relationship with their mother, or just feminine energies. And just because I'm saying feminine energies, that doesn't mean that it's just for the male figures, or if you're watching for a man, it also can be there for you, your relationship with your mother. So basically that's what it concludes. Intimacy issues. So with the Seven of Pentacles and the Page of Wands, it's like this person thought that, or they still, I feel like they, figuratively, I think that they usually think that it's good enough to put in that much effort, but they're kind of realizing it's not, because I think that the way you have worked on yourself, the way this situation has progressed between the both of you, that they want something new with you, but they also realize, like, all of this realization is there, but it's like there's something that still needs to be unveiled for them. That is, that why do they invest so little, right? So this is something that I'm telling you again and again, that you can't solve this, you can't fix this. If you have the urge within you yourself to fix them, help them through, make them understand these things, I feel like you need to rewire, or reroute that energy back into yourself as to why do you want to fix them. So clearly there are mother wounds right now over here. So if you want to Google that up, you want to see how commitment stems from intimacy issue, vulnerability, or your relationship with your mother figure, or the fixer energy, the heroic complex, whatever you resonate with, whatever clicks with you, okay, whatever just makes you feel like, okay, I should Google that up. I think that would help you understand about yourself. All right, I am going to conclude this reading with a few channeled messages from your person, from a self-curated oracle deck. If you wish to book a personal reading or get messages from this, all the information is given down below. I'm receiving repetitive signs from the universe about you. I'm being reminded of you. So they can't really get you out of their mind, is what I'm hearing. It scares that you can see right through me. I need to come correct in your direction. So they are pretty aware of the fact that you are somebody that has emotional intelligence, and you can understand that you've understand, or you've cracked their patterns now. Talk to me, I do hear you telepathically. Find me in your heart. So I did feel like there's psychic energy over here. I'm currently very unsure about how to make this better. I told you, this person doesn't know why they can't trust people and commit completely. I'm trying to be the one you deserve. Will you be a little bit more patient with me? Alright, so pile number one, this is your reading. I'm going to leave it here. I really do hope that you found a message that was helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated. Information of personal readings is given down below. And I'm going to see you guys in another one. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number two. If you choose the Phosphosiderite, this is going to be your reading. So, the Maiden is a card which talks about kind of like an awakening. We have the Yoni depiction over here in the card where there's mountains, and like I just feel like this card represents awakening. This card is also number 8, which is again a karmic number, which is about balancing yourself out, balancing the Akashic, basically going through what you have to go through in better terms. I think that this person finds you very enchanting. I think that their message would be that they're going through something where they're having to unlearn a lot of things that they have learned. It is a tedious process. It's very painful because when you are attached to beliefs, they create structure, they create compasses for your life, they create some sort of base to work through. And when you realize that that is not the right foundation to follow, it creates a lot of fear because it creates uncertainty as to what is right and wrong for us. And throughout that process, figuring out what works for us and what doesn't is a whole lane of uncertainty that we are scared to step into, right? So this person wants to let you know that they have been projecting here and there. They have projected a good amount of their wounds onto you, as well as I feel like this person might have been acting out recently. A lot of aggression is what I'm picking up, because there are waves of what's that word, theta waves is what I'm hearing. So I don't know if this person is into Ricky, or you've been praying for them, or they've been working, or just the universe is really, really protecting your person right now because they're very fragile. It could be like a case of dark night of the soul as well. It is definitely an awakening process for your person, and it's like very fragile for them. Like they're like a budding sprout. It's like very small right now. Whatever it is that they're going through makes them feel small. It started off, but how do I explain it? That it's like, they are very fragile right now. That's what they want to let you know. It's not at all to excuse any sort of ill treatment or bad behavior that they're giving you, but it's more for you to understand, or if I had to just give you a message through them, that they are taking time to understand, and it's very painful for them. It's just the proper definition of going through discomfort in life. So they're not really doing very well, is what I'd say. It's like I see shedding skin right now. However, this person just wants to really like open themselves up to you, is what I'm feeling, or they already have. Because of this process, they have opened themselves up. A strong ascension. Like if you chose this pile, be assured that your person is changing. Your person's changing at the core level right now. Certain things within them are not the same as they used to be. I think that this person is someone who's learning to appreciate themselves for how they look and the intelligence that they have. They have always like minimized themselves. I'm seeing like beauty with brains. I'm hearing that, and I feel like your person is learning to appreciate themselves. Their self-image is improving. So we have the South Node in reverse. So I feel like this is indicative of the fact that your person, has debt like right now this is something what they're going through, um is very destined for them, was destined for them to go through at this specific phase in their life. And I feel like this person is craving warmth. I don't know if they've been like always very isolated, they've been lonely in life, and I feel like this phase in their life is making them want to crave warmth. So they want to come close to you, but it's almost that feeling where this person is scared of getting burned by you. Um, it's like they're uncomfortable, they're feeling cold, but they're also feeling like they need to come towards you because they're not okay with how whatever is happening in your situation. I don't know, there's different situations, but however it is, just know that your person is not happy with whatever is happening over here. I feel like this person is, you guys have some sort of concrete history where um this is someone who actually cares about what happens over here. This is someone who, you know, at the end of the day, that does care, does feel a bond between the both of you, and you know they care about you. But sometimes you probably also doubt yourself, like, is it true, because of the way they behave towards you, because they project a lot onto you. So I think that would be a good clarification to really, really understand like where you are also projecting onto them, because they do care, they do love you, they do like you. It's liking is, you know, an understatement for this person's feelings for you as of now with Pluto. I told you, it's a very heavy transformative phase that your person is going through. Pluto is drastic. Pluto is like it's gonna keep knocking at your door. It's gonna, you know, it's gonna shake things up in your life, and whatever was left for this person like to clear out, it's like best believe they can not escape this right now. They want to run away, they want to do whatever, but it's like the pain gets so intensified that you just have to really look at it. And whatever this person was refusing to leave behind, whether it was addictions or something, it's like life is turning around in a manner for them where they can't ignore it. So either this was a past energy for most of you where your person really had to go through all of that. For some of you, I'm getting rehab or some sort of like substance that was really strong over here that they had to go through. I mean, I feel like this is going to either it's going to, I'm going to talk about it in past tense because I get more of like past tense energy right now that your person has gone through this. And I think that your person is like, yeah, I feel like most of you, your person has already gone through this situation. Um, and I feel like they are actually quite sad about the way things were left behind when they were acting out because of, you know, either they were projecting or they were under influence. A lot of the times they were numbed out. So these two situations where, you know, they were projecting their pain, they were acting out, or they were just numbed out and they were under influence or substances or intoxicated, I feel like they really feel bad about the fact that, you know, the way they left situations, the way they left the situation, or I'm hearing multiple situations, that's why I said situations. I feel like this person feels really bad about the fact that, you know, they left the situation the way they did. And I think that it is that they want to apologize. There's so much like genuinity, is that a word? It's like there's this person's feelings, I feel like are very genuine over here. um and I feel like it makes me empathize with them because of the way they are. So I wonder if, you know, it makes you also soft. But there is a wall between the both of you that I pick up because of the way things were left. So I don't know if you're too bruised and you do feel bad for them, but it's more like, how much can I feel bad for somebody for hurting me like that? So there is remorse on their end. I feel like there is a good amount of guilt that they feel sad about it because they genuinely do have feelings for you. um you know, I feel like this person, because of the way they are, they actually look up to you with the maiden. I get this energy that you are this person that gives them the warmth that they didn't get in their childhood. So there is a little bit of like, I don't know, child and parent, where it's like when they're projecting onto you, when they're throwing tantrums and they're mean, it's like this is the way that they used to receive love in their childhood. This is just the dynamic between their family, or especially between their mother with their mother. So this person projects that onto you, like they want to be validated by you, they want everything. Like it's like when they go back to their kiddish behaviors, it's like best believe this person is actually looking for that comfort, because their inner child is projecting that love out, projecting that pain out onto you, and they're craving that love. So um I don't think this person completely understands that, but they do kind of, look up to you and share that. It's like you guys maybe change roles, like reverse exchange roles, excuse me, where one of you acts out and from your inner child wounds, and then the other, and then you don't know what you're actually asking them is something that you didn't get in your childhood, and it ends up becoming really complicated for your person, because you're not looking at them as like your I'm having a little difficulty articulating this. You're not looking at them as, spirit please help me, as an adult you want to be in a relationship. You're actually looking at them as a parent and child kind of a dynamic that gets created over here because of your inner child wounds still, leading you, and your connection, like they run the show basically, right? So that's what I see over here. So we have Mercury in reverse. I told you, throat chakra is blocked over here because needs were asked for or to be completed or demanded to be completed in childhood, which were not given. And so most certainly it comes out in passive aggressiveness, silent treatment, taunting, and all of those things, in fighting, and just not being able to say like this is what I need from you. So there's different ways, like there's different ways in which you both talk to each other and you don't even realize, and I feel like it is for you as well, where you feel ashamed in asking for it directly, and that's why you have to take the back door of getting it met. So oftentimes I feel like you both also exchange roles between the avoidant and the attachment style, because I feel like why we develop a child and a parent dynamic over here is because your parent could have been quite avoidant, so this has developed you to be anxious, because your parent is avoidant doesn't mean that they're outrightly, that they're outwardly dismissive of your needs, but it is, I mean, they are, but then they're actually not even available for it. Like they're not even showing you that you can ask for this, so then you feel like you can't ask for this. So that's how you grow up feeling like emotions are too much and needs can't be fulfilled in relationships, and I'm not going to be happy in a relationship, I can't be in a relationship, relationships are burden, they suffocate me, and I need multiple people to satisfy my needs. Does it make sense? So because the message was given and internalized as a child that needs are not fulfilled and it's too much that I'm asking for, I don't know how to be in a relationship, it creates that dysfunctionality where there is an opening for wanting more relationships or wanting more people um, to be close to you, because you feel like you can't ask for it from one person. So that could be like, in your childhood you didn't have that safe place with your parents, just your parents, so other people used to fulfill that roles. Could be from a joint family, could be with siblings, could be with friends. Like you had to delegate that need or that job to other people, because the primary support was not being given, the primary role models were not able to suffice. So I see that over here, that this probably creates commitment issues in this person and both of you, and what they want to tell you is that we are mirroring that back to each other, like we are leading this connection with inner child wounds, and we need more time to work on ourselves and actually understand what we need to give ourselves, because we can't replace that with a romantic partner, with the love that we wanted from our parents. It's just, it's not insensuous, but how do I explain it? You know what I mean? If you are into psychology, if you're into emotional intelligence, you will understand that it is something that only there's different roles for different reasons in life. Like a child needs a group of people to grow with. And I think that a food for thought could be that, the reason why relationships are kind of collapsing, um, and more formation of nuclear families are happening, can also be the reason of um, a lot of depressed children that are mimicking to be adults, especially in our generation. um, I feel like it's because children need joint families, like they need multiple role models or multiple people to fulfill different needs that they have. um, I mean, that's just an opinion. It's nothing that I'm very solidly fixated upon, but I do feel like a human child needs a lot of emotional. It's just, I don't know, maybe I had to mention that. I hope that it's just a loosely formed opinion. You can definitely have your own. But I feel like maybe it was a good nudge to think about, like, where all human children needs, like a human child needs a lot of, different sources to feel fulfilled. Our parents are not just the only ones that are there, right? Um, Whereas I feel like, this person does not have a good relationship with themselves, and I feel like you also need to introspect into that. It's not to call you out, it's just in a way where I want you to understand this, because everybody, including myself, we all have these places where we feel deficient within ourselves, right? And we have to really introspect and look into that and how to improve that. So almost all of these things go back to your childhood and how you were built on that foundation, right? And you having to change that is something that how you can fulfill yourself. So let's come back to what we were talking about. We have beauty in reverse. I told you this person is learning to appreciate their physical body as well. That could have also been somewhere where they were not happy and they felt deficient within themselves. Like Pluto is a lot about related with sex and sexual pleasure, and I feel like I often wonder if this person, okay, not that I often wonder, but maybe this person often wonders, like, why they don't feel comfortable enough being naked or bare, in front of another person. And it could also figuratively mean that this person doesn't feel okay being vulnerable around other people because they were not seen like that, or made, you're not accustomed to being that visible, um, especially when it comes to their femininity with the maiden energy, to people in their life. Like they might as well have grown up in a big family circle and everything, like, but it's like they were quite camouflaged. And with the Mercury, it's like a block throat chakra, which is something I feel like they're healing from a past life. So this is strong energy. This is like Chiron energy, where they're carrying this from their past life. And if you noticed, I started off with the South Node being in reverse, and now it's open, which is showing me a Mercury blockage, which is about like thoughts and communication. So their throat chakra, their inauthenticity, basically, where they're not being themselves and they're not shining themselves outwardly. They're scared, they're dimming themselves, dimming their light. Is something that they're working through right now. It's what they want to let you know, like how to be themselves and ask for what they need in a relationship. Oftentimes we quit relationships, or we're not really that interactive with our partners, because first of all, we don't know how to get our needs fulfilled. And then our mind basically convinces us, like our nervous system or something, like our inner child, just something inside us just keeps telling us this is not right. And you have already accepted defeat, you have already rejected yourself because you have not even put yourself out there. So you self-reject, right? It's a rejection wound right now. So this is the base of that wounding. So the deeper we discuss about the concepts of very minuscule or perceived to be small triggers and insecurities, I feel like they come down to a very strong wound, right? And that's why it's like eradicating it from the root. So I feel like throat chakra is a very strong indication of one of the major triggers that this person has. Like they don't say what they want, and then they automatically just perceive themselves to be rejected or small, and they dim themselves and they're not confident within themselves, which reflects ultimately in their approach towards this connection, which might have been perceived by you as their lack of interest in you. Now, we're not talking whether you deserve that kind of behavior or not. Of course you don't. But whereas you're looking to understand this connection and your person, I feel like it would be really important to bifurcate those two things. Like I know that there's this quote out there that floats around that people don't abandon people that they love, they abandon people that they love. But I think we should be mature enough to understand people can love you, but they only love you to the level that they love themselves. So if this person is actually that conflicted within themselves and the way they show up for themselves, how can you expect them to show up for you in that manner? It is not at all about the level of interest or the level of affection that they have for you. It is, in fact, a very bittersweet truth of life that we can actually, disappoint and hurt people brutally, even though we really do care about them. But it is just the way we have been shown to love ourselves. It's just how life turns out to be, right? So we have unleash your creativity in reverse. There's a lot of blocked energy over here because your person is still walking through major karma, and I don't think you should take that as something like that demotivates you. I feel like you should honestly keep praying if you have been, whatever it is. I don't think you should count them in your prayers just for an outcome that this works out. But I just feel from the kindness of your heart, if you can revive that, or if you feel that for them, I think that they really need somebody to be rooting for them, especially in the spiritual world. I think I did mention spiritual warfare over here because it's some sort of breakthrough coming for your person, and maybe perhaps this connection altogether. So it's important. I see that this is like a person in flesh and there's a robot behind. It's more like coming out of the way you have been conditioned to walk through. I feel like this energy is actually good. It came in reverse because it's more where your person was struggling with it. I feel like your person is almost out. Is I wouldn't say it's almost out and just create a fairy tale picture for you, but I do see somebody who is walking through this karma for themselves. It is quite heavy for them. um Lastly, we have the card, wow, spiritual connection. So this is 27/9. We have this completion of cycle about to happen. That's what I've been talking about, right? And we have 31 for unleash your creativity, which is number 4, which is the emperor. So this person understands why you came into their life, and what all you have shown them has been utterly life changing for them, of course, because it's not that I'm giving you all the credit for what they have to work through or had to, but it is that they appreciate your presence or you being the catalyst. It's like on a soulful level, they are thanking you for coming into their life. And I feel like if you can inculcate more gratitude, that would be a wiser way to go about it rather than clinging on to the outcome of it. Because I feel like the more that I am saying this again and again, makes me feel like you only feel good about them as long as you know that they can show up for you in the way you want them to show up for you. The Lovers in reverse came out, Gemini energy. Again, strong energies of, like I feel like you both do this dance of dark and light, which is the duality of life, I understand. But wow, this deck just would not settle in my hand. Maybe you guys also feel quite fickle-minded towards this person, is what I'm feeling. So how are they feeling, or what would they like to say? King of Swords, the Page of Wands in reverse, the Two of Wands. They're looking forward to see you. If you've been in separation, they don't know like what's up with you. Are you seeing someone? Seven of Cups. There's still illusions, Five of Pentacles in reverse, but they want to let you know that they're overcoming this. They're wanting to come back for you, is what I'm hearing. They still are pretty much the same. They will not let you know too much of their feelings. But they have a lot of deep love for you. We have the Lovers in reverse, King of Swords, Page of Wands, Two of Wands, and Queen of Cups. So they do have a lot of emotions for you, is what I am, I've been trying to deliver to you. I feel like it's all what, lack of communication can create space for misunderstandings, right? So I'm gonna pull out a few cards from my self-curated oracle deck if you wish to book a personal reading or get messages from this. All the information is given down below. I'm gonna pull out a few cards to conclude your reading, pile number 2. First, I have to heal and forgive my parents. It's quite self-explanatory. I'm planning to come see you. I want to make efforts. I feel like the emphasis is more on like I want to make efforts over here, bridge the gap. I daydream about how our children would look like. I don't run from you. I run for myself. When I choose fear. I told you, it's. I know how it can come across. I'm not at all, telling you to make your decision based off the information you're getting in this reading. Is completely up to your discernment. But I don't think that we can take away from the fact that, it's not that they don't love you. I'm having many breakthroughs about my own journey and I'm working hard so I can provide for you. I feel like it's more like, this person is working on themselves and they are very close to a breakthrough, or they've already had that about their inner child woundings. All right. So pile number 2, this was your reading. I'm going to leave it here. I really hope that you found a message that was helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button, subscribe for more, hit the bell icon so you know whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated. Information for personal readings is given down below, and I'm gonna see you guys in another one. Bye bye. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the yellow agate, this is going to be your reading. So I am immediately picking up on a lot of stress on this person's end. So much like anxiety. I don't know if this person did something and they have to like talk to you. And with the orphan card, I can almost feel like maybe this person fumbled the ball over here. Maybe this person let go of you. They did something that was not nice, is what I'm picking up. I feel like you feel betrayed by this person and they're aware of it. They're aware of how it could have affected you. It has affected you is what I'm hearing. We have searing presence in reverse. So this is 49. Searing presence, number 888 as well. So goddess Maya, ruby aura quartz. This is a person who gets jealous very easily, and they are very good at masking that, hiding it. So with the orphan energy, I feel like this person could have abandoned you is what I'm feeling, or I'm hearing like somebody say like they just discarded me. They just left me like I was nothing. And this person did that because they do that to themselves. I know that that's the most cliche thing you can hear about, some sort of betrayal that you've been through is because people hurt people. But I don't know how to frame this any other way around. Like if they had to really tell you, I think it's not about justifying it, but it's more based on the fact that they do feel very sorry about it. They do feel they have guilt, they have understanding, they have acceptance and accountability. I keep hearing the word acceptance. It's almost like they had to accept this. First of all, they couldn't look themselves in the eye and tell themselves that they have really, really hurt you. It's like I'm getting like this snake. Usually it's about transformation, growth. But I feel like this person snitched. Like they just literally like they turned out to be fake, or they did something that they shouldn't have. Like they really, really hurt you with it. And I think that this person, I don't know if you confessed that out to them, or you took out your, your valid emotions out on them. You told them that, what you did was really wrong. And I think that at first they couldn't, but they were really shocked with your reaction. I don't know if they, you were very angry with them. And I hear from spirit that don't guilt trip yourself about like you being angry with them. You are justified in having emotions. It's like they were very dismissive about, they didn't give you, it's like I'm getting like this person didn't give you this space. They could have bolted, they could have ghosted you. It's because they couldn't look themselves in the eye. So like you come secondary, right? If they can't look at themselves in the eye, like how are they supposed to even accept that and apologize? And rectifying it is very far kind of a thought. I feel like this person is like right now going through it, and I feel like spirit, it's like spirit's telling me like if they have not received their karma for it, it will happen to them as well. It is only fair that it's like this person can't comprehend why you are so angry or why you were so angry about it, and it's like it probably happened to them or it will happen to them. I feel like for majority of it will happen to them. It's just a cycle of life. It's not like I'm bitter towards them, okay, to be very honest. I just hear what I hear. And I'm getting a message like now don't shoot the messenger. I know that you're hurting, but you're probably ready to receive this message. But I feel like what you're most angry about is the way you allowed this person to treat you. So there was a version of you which really had to get hurt, like brutally hurt. God had to literally break your heart to clear your vision about this person, because your trauma was making you feel, and like this is the message that you're getting from them, so wherever it is coming from, okay, but it's more about the fact that you are angry with yourself. You are more angry with yourself, and I feel like you will come to realization on this realization yourself, but very slowly, because it's very difficult to accept that we were the ones that were allowing somebody else to hurt us, right? And even though you have an understanding of that, I feel like it's not to the depth where you completely are able to articulate or acknowledge how deeply the situation has hurt you and how much you have also allowed this to happen to you, where you also abandon yourself. So this situation hurt you as poorly as it could, so that you don't accept that. And I feel like it's maybe it, took you to the rock bottom, because this part of you where you would just take whatever anybody was giving you just because you loved them, which came from your childhood, had really, really break down. And I feel like there's a sense of just not wanting to listen what I'm saying, because it's too much of a pain, and a burden to listen to this right now, because you're not able to really, really deal with the emotions of betrayal. You feel betrayed, you feel deceived by this person, with whatever they have done, and I feel like whereas it is justified, if you want the right way to heal this, if you just want it, that's just a suggestion. I'm not saying that you have to do this right now. I'm just saying if you're looking for the answers to why you can't forgive this person, it's because you can't look yourself in the eye and be like, I did that to myself. I actually allowed somebody to treat me that poorly. So we have Sagittarius. So this person could have been quite loose with you. Like they would come and go in your life. They would just they had the freedom to treat you the way they wanted to, and you would be at the mercy of their calls and something like they would just do whatever they wanted to do. And it's like the allowance or the permission that you had given to them, like because of how lonely you felt and what you were accepting crumbs of it, is a difficult truth for you to also handle. And I completely understand, okay? I don't want you to feel attacked by me. We're just discussing these things, and if it's not something that you can listen to, it's better to not um, listen to this reading probably moving forward, because it is going to I just want you to be comfortable with what we're talking about, and I want you to not push yourself to heal this, to be a perfect version of yourself. I feel like if you're hurting right now, just take your time. You don't have to force yourself to heal. Forgiveness comes with its own time, and certain parts of our life do heal with time. So if there's something that you don't want to listen to, then that's completely fine. But if it's something that you feel brave enough right now, or you feel it's not even about bravery, it's more like if you feel strong enough right now in the moment to hear that, right? It's more about where you need to accept this message that comes from their side, their higher self, or whoever is sending this message to you about your connection. Is like really, really think about the part of you that was just taking whatever this person was giving you, and at the end you didn't walk away because enough was enough. You walked away because this person did something that brutally hurt you. because enough is enough had happened a long time ago. But this person did something that really opened your eyes and made you realize like they don't care about you as much as you thought. They don't care about you, and that was very important for you to realize that this person's actions were very equivalent of the care and admiration that they have for you, basically. So I feel like I said the word admiration, which even I was like, what am I saying? And I think that maybe this person admires you. It's like you can look at a flower and, be like, wow, this is pretty, and then you pluck it because you just like it for yourself. But when you value something, when you value a flower, you would water it every day. You would not pluck it. And that's the difference between this person's care and affection for you. It's not over here that I can't really say, whether this person's feelings were genuine for you or not. That's something only you can know, and your heart can tell you. But I feel like the way this person has presented themselves out to be in front of you, and the way they are actually, is something that you were not accepting in the first go. You were not understanding that this is the person that you're dealing with. And I feel like it could be a mix of, your trauma affecting those red flags, because red flags are red flags that are normalized before. So it's like, it's not like the red flags that you were facing, or the trauma that you were facing with this person, was something that just miraculously came in front of them. It's something that was present before within you, which was normalized in your childhood. You saw that somewhere, that it's okay. And I feel like the other mix of it was the beauty within you to see the goodness in other people. So, even though you saw somebody that was brutally hurt, broken, damaged from their childhood, and, their parents, I feel like maybe your person's parents have been divorced, or this person has been divorced before. There's just some sort of like dysfunctionality, or coming from a proper broken family, is what I'm picking up. And I feel like as much as you saw that, you were actually trying to save this person because you wanted to be saved. So yes, you were doing things that would redeem and make your inner child happy. When, I feel like you are such a beautiful person that when you see somebody being taken care of, or enjoying, or children enjoying and having that time with their parents, it makes your heart warm, in a sense where I feel like you're grown up enough where, you feel that warmth that you want to give to your own children, and you want to create that. But often there's a side of you that also brings out that envy and jealousy within you, where I didn't get that, right? So we have a blend of a lot of energies over here, where this I see somebody as, you moving towards a securer attachment style, but it doesn't take away from the fact that healing all of that comes before, hitting the milestone, is messy. That healing over here is messy. So the message that I'm getting for you is that you really need to be calmer with yourself, with whatever is happening. That's why I started off with this feeling where it's not like I was walking on eggshells, but it's like I'm trying to be very sensitive with you. I'm trying not to trigger you, because right now you're hurting, and I don't think you need to add more to your plate. Pile number 3, I don't think that you need to be perfectionist with. I feel like you're not able to forgive yourself in the first place is because of the reason that you feel like, oh, how can that happen to me, because I'm such a smart person. But I know that you're a smart person, you're an empathetic person, you're wise soul, but that doesn't take away from the fact that you still have woundings that were, affecting your decision making, right? Which were camouflaging the way this person was behaving. So moving forward, I feel like, especially, you have a soft spot, you have a weakness within this person, and it's not so much as a weakness, but just them portraying the same behaviors you have experienced in your childhood. So this person was a massive shake up in your life to not accept that behavior from anyone else, and I feel like you wouldn't accept that from anyone else. But the soft spot that you have with them, because of the spiritual connection that you share with them, I feel like it's not so much as the intimacy and the connection and the depth. I do agree that there is something very strong between the both of you. But I think that this person represents more of a pattern than a type within you. Like they represent more of what you have witnessed in your childhood rather than what you would actually go for. Because I can see how you can confuse your type with your pattern. Because the person that you would look as your dream character is somebody that I feel like if you have this person around, you would think and accommodate them into those shoes. But I feel like when you're not around with this person, and I am 100% sure you've had on and off situationships with this person. I feel like when you're not around with this person, you're thinking that you can do better, which is very true. Um, you think of a completely different person than them. I don't know. This was a message for someone. Just see whether it applies. Okay. But you try to fit this person in a mold of somebody that you actually want, and this person represents a type that you think is love. So there's a lot of contradictory thoughts and patterns which I completely understand. I see you, pile number 3. I don't think that you're crazy or anything like that. I don't think that you're too messed up. I just think that your healing journey is just panning out the way it's supposed to, and it is very, very messy. I can completely understand. When you're healing strong patterns which are like generational, it is very bound for you to question yourself and question your sanity almost, like, am I doing the right thing, or am I on the right path, or what is happening? Because a lot of detours keep happening, and these detours are so important to find the subconscious seed that is, important for us to discover and eradicate from the root, rather than putting a band-aid on it or doing the surface level healing, right? um so I think that what this person would like to tell you is, oh, Venus. So you see the pinks and the reds that we have for reading. It's quite beautiful, because I feel like when we have Venus, this is all about self-worth, and this person could respect you, value you. That's what I spoke about, the plucking the plant, example. I feel like this person has finally come to the acceptance of it, that they did not value you the way you wanted to be valued, or they should have valued you. And I feel like it's more based on the way you wanted to be valued, because I feel like multiple times you have raised your voice and you have argued to be treated well, and this person has refused to completely work on themselves and honestly treat you in that manner. So I feel like as much as this broke your heart, it broke their heart as well. Like something very drastic happened between the both of you, where it really, really pushed the both of you to see, like, what the heck are you guys doing with each other, right? What the heck am I doing to myself? So for a person, the burden of pressure lies on the fact that they have hurt you and they can't look you in the eye. And I think the burden of pressure on you relies on the fact that you have kind of allowed somebody to hurt you and you can't look yourself in the eye, right? um and I think that this is again based on just simply your childhood patterns, which low-key make you quite conflicted, like what is right and wrong is what I'm picking up. And for this person, as I'm hearing in my defense, but I am not defending them. So I feel like what they're trying to let you know is that in my defense, this is also what I have learned. The way I treated you is exactly the way I have been taught how to treat other people, or females or men around me. It's just the way I have been taught. And if I didn't value you, it's not because I don't value you, but it's just because it's very simple, and it's just the way I see myself is the way I see you. So with whatever crooked lens I see myself as being broken, it's just the way I feel my capability to love another person. So they never felt like they had I'm hearing the word audacity. It's like they don't have that within them to actually take care of a person like you. So they have ultimately placed themselves above you. Clearly hearing I'm beneath you. And I feel like this person, when they created that level of difference between the both of you, it's almost like they have already, or they're just seeing you from that lens. I spoke about that lens, and you can't change the lens that somebody has, only they can. And it's like they're so fixated with that lens that they just wouldn't try to look from a different angle. And Spirit is kind of telling me, like, even if they try to look from different angles, it's the same lens. Like, you have to change the lens. So they're talking about perspective, they're talking about mindset, as the lens being a metaphor for that, standing signifying the lens, okay, the mindset. So I feel like, if this person even tried to get different, views to the situation, they would still see one thing, which is like, I am unworthy of them. So if they're already feeling unworthy of you, how can they value you? Does that make sense? Like, it's like two sides of a coin. Like, I don't value myself, so how can I value you? It's literally just that. If can understand this, this is what this person feels like. And we have North Node in reverse, destined. to have. So they never felt like they were destined to have you. They always felt like this would be taken away from me. This just gives me like too good to be true mentality. Like, this is not gonna be mine. I'm not gonna have this. And somehow I feel like their brain used to feel happy when things would collapse between the both of you. It's almost like, it's this self-rejection. Um, it's just this self-rejection. I'm getting that if you felt guided to pile number one, it's because that is your energy. Somehow you might find answers for yourself. Um, Nevertheless, I feel like this person just kept on rejecting, or it's like this self-sabotaging behavior where you purposely, okay, Spirit, please help me explain this concept. It's like you have something precious and you don't want to lose it. So you hide it away in your cupboard or your drawer or something, so you're not using it. But in fact, there's something about that. It's like they're giving me the example of a jewelry, okay? A jewelry article or something. And it's just like they're showing me that, and they're showing me that you've hidden it, you kept it away, and you're not looking at it because whenever you look at it, it reminds you of something very painful. And this is where I feel like your person was. Like, they were hiding away, you were just not being very interactive with you, or just keeping you at the top shelf and not attending to you, because like top shelf, as like they see themselves beneath you. Like, do you see what I did there? But never mind. I feel like this person, they like kept you at the top shelf, didn't attend to you, because it's like saving for later, like when I become, like pushing your worthiness in the future. But also because I am looking at it, and there's this, when I look at you, I just feel so much love. Pile number three, that when I look at you, it just reminds me of everything bad that has happened to me in love. Does that make sense? So it's just very 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 deep painful memories. And I feel like it's not just about their previous relationships, but it is coming from their childhood, and this person is deeply bruised, witnessing their parents' marriage or something like that is very painful for them. We have soulmate in reverse. So this is not that you're not their soulmate, but soulmate card, in the textbook, it really explains about how we have brought, or we have called in somebody that will help us elevate our consciousness. So your person could not recognize that you were actually sent for them to help them release the pain, and this could also be mimicked in you. And right now I feel like, this person could have not understood that. It's like I don't know if this person had more sexual approach towards you, but what they were doing is like distracting themselves from their pain. So because of course their heart is so blocked, they can't look at the pain. The love is also caged inside, and the only way they can feel this intense connection with you is through sexual chemistry and intercourse, perhaps. So this person didn't realize at that moment that, this connection had a way bigger purpose, than they gave it credit for. And I feel like this is also something like that put the nail in the coffin. Like, they are just really beating themselves up and telling themselves that, I'm a really bad person because I couldn't see it. So there has been some sort of major revelation over here to realize, like, this connection is sacred. It's more, elevated than I can understand, and I cannot defy the intensity that I feel towards pile number three. We definitely do have something very strong, and I feel like the soulmate is more about like the regret, or just their naivety towards the intensity, and like thinking like, oh, it'll pass away, and this is probably just chemistry. But it's not, you know it's not, just for that. So we have, how teachable are you? So this person has learned quite a lot from this situation, I'm not gonna lie. I am surprised with the way that, their energy started off. It's kind of like blossoming and blooming. Right now it's like opening up. So this because of the consciousness that they've had, attained at this point, excuse me, because of the way that they have treated you. And it's just like it was a hard earned lesson is what I'm hearing. It came with a lot of self-criticism and the gunk that they already had about themselves. It's like they had the chance to alchemize that process. See, I knew it. They told me to flip the last card, alchemy in reverse. So this is still a process, I'm not gonna lie, but it is something, it's something good over here. So it's like just that they couldn't see the value of what you were or how important you were. So we have the Fool. Yeah, I heard the word buffoon, and like I don't know if they really feel like a fool now. We have the Wheel of Fortune, so almost all signs. We have Eight of Wands reverse. I told you this person is not contacting you because they just feel stupid, very stupid. King of Cups, they have, I feel like this person's ability to not be in denial about their emotions and how they felt about you and how affectionate they are and how passionate and how fond of you they are. It's like because of the healing that they've done, they're able to access that feeling more because they're not running away from the pain that is inside now. It's like the heart is opening up for you more. Does that make sense? There's definitely a lot more vibes in the air that I'm feeling for this person. Nine of Swords reverse. It's like no longer trying to belittle themselves even when they're talking to you. The Judgment, because they've had a realization. Libra energy, balancing out the scales. Queen of Wands. I told you this person can be quite jealous and they are aware of it. And one reason why they used to keep you at bay is because of their fears of inadequacy. That's why they put you on the top shelf, right? I'm going to pull out a few cards from a self-curated oracle deck. If you wish to book a personal reading, get messages from this. All the information is given down below. I also have 2 new decks coming up, which I have used, which I have, made through channel messages, channeling spirits. So stay in tune for that. Hopefully this week we have, every song reminds me of you. It's like you're talking to me. So a lot of reminiscing, holding on to whatever. It's like this person, they give me that feeling when somebody is not around and you just want to feel close to them and you're really really missing them. Like you do things or you go to places or you listen to music which reminds you of them, or you reread chats or you look at pictures. It's like you just want them to be around. You miss them terribly. That's what I'm getting over here. I feel much more safer in the purity of love because of you. So it's just that, I didn't realize that, you were God sent, you were heaven sent, and the guilt of hurting you is too much. Sometimes I feel very unworthy of you. Money can't buy true love. It took me to learn this the hard way. I told you about something hard-earned lesson, right? It's like they really had to earn this. I'm loyal and committed to you, so they have more devotion to you. I feel like you would make a great parent. So I miss having you in my life. So they fantasize about, you guys settling down and doing everything like adulty type with each other. Alright, so pile number 3, this was your reading. I'm going to leave it here. I really do hope that you found a message that was helpful. If you did, please do hit the like button. Subscribe for more, hit the bell icons so whenever I upload next. Let me know down in the comment section how that resonated. Information for personal readings is given down below, and I'm going to see you guys in another one. Bye bye.